Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another prediction video where we are predicting the championship. And this week it is game week 4. I say week, but we've got a million matches coming up. So me and Ollie are going to get straight into this. How are you doing today, mate?
Yes, not bad, thanks, Nick. Looking forward to some midweek action after a long journey to Middlesbrough yesterday. What about yourself?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited for all these games because we love the championship for one reason, and that's because there's so many games in it.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, just got to get straight into him because it's just going to be so busy from now on. I think we're playing every other midweek, and yeah, this is why we want to be here. This is what we like.
It is. And what you like, and what maybe I don't like as much, is that you had a very, very good week. And here are the results on screen right now. Do you
Yeah,
want to talk,
what
do
a
you want to
week.
talk us through it a little bit?
Yeah, just what a beautiful week, really. I think it was the late, great Brian Clough who used to say, you don't pay any attention to the league table and the results until game week 3, because that's the most important one. But no, a really good week for me. A couple of correct scores. I've got in results here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm going to take this one forward, use them tactics again.
There we go. So as you can see on screen right now, I got 5 correct answers. The yellows are 1 point, greens are 3 points for where Ollie's, well, Ollie, I will say Ollie because I got none of them. So obviously there you see Ollie got 2 threes and 4 ones. So what does that do to the table? Well, that means that me and Ollie are both on 16 points. Ollie starts with a B, apparently. Beastly Ollie. So you've gone above me on name difference, shall we say? And
Yeah.
do you want to run us through the viewers?
Yes, definitely. So last week's star men were Alems and johnegan.com, and they have come down to earth crashing this week, unfortunately. johnegan.com got 2 points, Alems got 3. So we have new people to shout out at the top of the leaderboard. Fantastic performance from W&G Fan, who got 9 points, and for James Stribley, who also got 9 points. So a good week for the viewers, just not quite as good as it was for me.
No, exactly that. And look at them, though. They are well away from us, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're going to pull away. I think, we've got sort of 10, 15 people and we're picking the best to play against. So, yeah, we'll have to do very well to catch them up because I think they've got a very good head start.
Yeah, there's no chance of that, really. Unless we had about 8 different people doing it, there's no chance. Anyway, let's get straight into it. We are on to game week 4. First game, Birmingham City versus Watford. What are you making of this, Ollie?
Yeah, so I watched Birmingham on Saturday and I was really disappointed. Thought they were rubbish. They were at Cardiff. To be honest, they were lucky to only lose 1-0. I think they've given up something like 2.6 XG and created about 0.05. So it was a really poor performance. And you can't give up chances like that against this Watford team. Even if they've lost Dennis, they've got Davis coming in. And I think they're going to win big. I'm going 3-0 Watford for me.
Wowzers. Well, I've gone for 2-0. So we're not too far away there. And I think you're absolutely bang on with everything you're saying. Now, Bristol City versus Luton. Luton have got to win a game at some point. Have you gone for a Luton winning this game?
No.
No, I've gone for a Bristol City win on this one. I think that Bristol City, I don't think that Luton have got it in them to win this game. I really don't. I just think that they've had a really bad start. And it seems like it's quite similar to Huddersfield, where they made the playoffs last season and got a little bit of a hangover from that.
Yeah, expectations are high, but they seem to be missing chances left and right. I think they've actually been playing decent, but I just can't see them get them over the line myself. 0-0, I think, this one.
Fair enough. Well, next game, Burnley versus Hull City. A very exciting match, which Burnley, you would think on paper, should win this game, but not when you're looking at the league table, because Hull City have been fantastic this season. What have you gone for?
I've gone for Hull to win this one. Burnley are going to have a lot of the ball. Burnley did start well against Huddersfield, but Hull seem to thrive when they've not got the ball. Last week against Norwich, I think they had about 30% possession and they've won that game 2-1. They're creating chances and they're taking chances when the other team make mistakes. I back them to do the same again here.
Fantastic. And do you know what? I've gone the complete opposite way. I do feel like Burnley will start becoming stronger and stronger as the season goes on. And Hull can't be that good for this much longer, surely. So I'm going for a Burnley win. Next up, Norwich City versus Huddersfield. And Norwich going to finally win a game and get off the bottom of the league?
Yes, they are. They are going to win this. They're going to win this big. Huddersfield got a win, but I don't think they deserved it. If I'm being entirely honest from what I've seen, Stoke have missed a pen. I think Norwich are due one. I think they want to put a show for their hands. They're going to hammer this 4-0.
Well, I've gone for a 2-0. I do feel like Norwich eventually will get that win, and I think they'll go on from there. I think they'll do quite well. But this is a really bad start to the season. If they don't put a good run of games together, they could be struggling for the playoffs at this rate. And really, you would think that Norwich should be at least in the playoffs.
Dean Smith's in trouble if they don't win this one for me. I think he's probably already running on borrowed time. I think they need this win.
I think you're right. And I think James Stribley's right too, because he's gone for a 2-0 win. And that is also what I've gone for. JohnEgan.com, we can't trust you as much as what we could last week, unfortunately. But yeah, there we go. We've both gone for a Norwich win. Then Preston North End, the most boring team in the whole of the Championship, playing the worst team in the Championship, apparently, according to us, over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think we might need to change our wording on Rotherham, because maybe they're not the worst team in the Championship. What a win last week for them. You know, they've scored 4 goals, which is something I definitely did not see coming. Little bit of a, helping hand, as it were, from Joe Lumley in the Reading net. But while they're going to be good at home, and I think I've probably changed my thinking on how they are going to be at the New York, don't think they're going to be good away. And for the first time, I actually think Preston might score a goal. Never thought I'd see the day.
And there they are. 3 goals, you're saying?
3 goals, I know.
Goals. Wow. Well, I've gone very close, to be fair. You've gone 3-1. I've gone 2-1. After Preston winning away from home, I think we both expect them to go and win this one comfortably. Next up, Swansea versus Millwall. Swansea, who are they're like 2 completely contrasting teams. Swansea passed the ball to death, and Millwall, I won't say big boot, but they love a set piece. They love getting the lads forward and winning those headers. So what's it going to be, Ollie?
It's going to be a Millwall win for me. Swansea just not impressed. They've just not impressed me. I think Millwall bounced back from that performance at Bramall Lane well, and I think they win this one. Dominate them in the air.
But Swansea have just gone and won against Blackpool in the last game, away from home too. So they are looking for 2 wins on the bounce, and I think they're going to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I don't rate Blackpool. Think they're in trouble. I think beating them very late on, while it's good for the confidence, I don't think it's the sign of a good performance. And I just don't think that they've really got that cutting edge they need. I think Millwall are really going to punish them.
Wow. Well, there you go. We've had everything. We've had draw, we've had Swansea win, and we've had some Millwall results. So anyone's guess, that one.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. QPR versus Blackpool this time. What are you saying?
Well, I've given you my thoughts in the last one. I wasn't impressed with Swansea beating Blackpool because I really don't. I'm just worried for Blackpool. I think they've started poorly. I think they're probably going to be down there, and I think they're going to get done here. QPR, obviously, off the back of a fantastic comeback. I mean, if you keep us scoring a last-minute equaliser, then you're all right by me. I think QPR are going to be a good side, and I think they're going to score lots of goals here. I'm going 3-0.
Wow, 3-0. I've gone for 2-0 too. So both very similar on this one too. We've had some contrasting ones, but we've also agreed on a fair few too. Next up, Stoke City versus the team that just played the Blades. I don't know. I don't know about Middlesbrough. I'm not sold on Middlesbrough, to be honest. They've got a fantastic manager, and I know that we didn't beat them, but I think we dominated that game. I'm going to be honest. I might be a little bit biased, but I just think we were the better team. I really do.
Second half, I think we were certainly the better team. I think we're the ones pushing forward. I thought first half, we allowed them to get on top of us. My main thought, to be honest with Middlesbrough, is that they've just got a defensive mistake in them. I think they have got lapses in there. They just don't look like a team at the moment that look ready to win a game. Like, I felt as though the last 10 minutes, they came on strong against us. But I've just not got enough in them to back them at the moment. I think they need a couple more players. Wilder is shouting that he wants sort of 5 or 6. I think that's a bit far, but they do need 1 or 2. And I think that's going to hold them back. I think they're going to draw 2-2. I think goals, but I don't think it's going their way. Ooh.
No, well, I've gone for 4 goals too. And I think, just like you've just said, I think their defence is very, very shaky. And I think that Stoke City are going to bang 3 past them. So let's see what happens.
You caught me off guard then. That's a brave man making his predictions.
I wasn't massively impressed with them. If Sheffield United can go there and dominate for parts of the game, I don't think they are all that they're cracked up to be. So I think Stoke are going to win this game. I really do. And if you were wondering about that one, you want to see my next one, because next up we've got Reading. They got hammered by Rotherham, and then Blackburn Rovers, who are top of the league, 3 wins out of 3. I'm just going to stick it up on screen. I've gone for a draw. I've gone for a 1-1 draw. I think that Reading are going to come back strong in this. They've just got hammered. They're now playing at home. They've not had a bad start to the season. And I just think that Blackburn are riding the luck a little bit at the moment. I don't think they're as good as what they look like on the league table.
I agree. I do agree that Blackburn are riding their luck. I agree that, I think in every game they've created less than 1 XG and generally scored 2 or 3 goals. So I do think you're right. I think they're overperforming their XG at the minute. I don't think they're as good as the league table shows, but I think they're better than Reading. I think Reading, they did get hammered. We are going to see a reaction, but unless they've signed a new goalkeeper, I just don't see how they keep anybody at bay. Never mind keep Blackburn at bay. I'm going for them to continue their 100% record. And, well, like I say, you've had a couple of brave ones there, Nick. I don't know. Someone's gambling when he's feeling that league table pressure. League table pressure.
It is more than pressure, mate. It is more than pressure. I was well away from you, and it just shows that one good week can just bring it all back. So, I don't want to be losing any more game weeks.
I've got in his head.
You're in my head. Now. You live in there rent-free. Next up, we have got Sheffield United versus Sunderland. So, Sunderland have had a very good start to the season.
They have.
The draw midweek, the draw at the weekend, they're not going to be happy with that. They're really not. And they should have won that game. But coming to Bramall Lane, it's going to be difficult, because it was difficult for everybody who came to Bramall Lane last season. We've started this season off very well as well by beating Millwall at home. I think we're going to have our tails up. We played so well in parts against Borough. We played brilliantly in the first half against Millwall and then just saw it out. I think this is going to be difficult for Sunderland to get anything from this game. But if anyone could come to Bramall Lane and get a result, I do think it could be Sunderland, because they're not worried at the moment. They've no pressure on them at the moment. They're just going for it in every game, and I like that. So
I agree.
I've gone for a 2-0 Blades win.
Yeah, I've got 2-1 United. I agree with everything you said. I was speaking to a couple of Sunderland fans the other day, and they were saying, they're not feeling the pressure. They're not going to get carried away this season. Even throwing away a 2-goal lead, they weren't kicking off. They weren't angry. They just represented and understood they'd had a good performance. But that's still going to hurt. And I think it's going to hurt their players. It's going to hurt their manager. And they're going to come to us. They're going to come out of the traps fast. They're really going to want to try and send a message. They've got a good front too. But I think, United at Bramall Lane, we're a different proposition there. We've been good there now since Slav left, basically. And I do think that's going to carry us over the line. I think we win this, but I think it's close. 2-1 United.
Very good. And finally, West Bromwich Albion versus Cardiff City. Take the floor.
XG Albion. They do it every time, every season. I said it about them last week. I'll say it about it again this week. From what I've heard, I've not seen yesterday's game, unfortunately, but it sounds as though Blackburn have scored 2 fairly low percentage chances. West Brom have missed a lot of fairly high percentage chances, and they are just not able to get themselves over the line. They're playing well between the boxes, but that does not mean anything. Now, I did watch Cardiff, and they did impress me. I do still think they're a player short, regardless of how much Steve Morrison wants to kick off. They need a striker. Now, he can say what he wants. They need a striker. The journalist was not talking nonsense, and he's not a partridge. He is, in fact, correct, because Max Waters is not going to do it at championship level for me. I think that's going to pay. I think West Brom are finally going to get the result they probably deserve, but I think it'll be nervy. I'm going 1-0.
There we go, and it's on screen right now. I've gone for 2-0 West Brom. I just think that the players that they've got, I think they're going to have just a little bit too much for Cardiff. And maybe I've gone a bit over the top with 2-0. But yeah, it'll be a win for West Brom anyway. So that's it. We're done. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you want to get involved, I'm going to leave all the fixtures in the description. So all you've got to do, copy and paste them, put them into the comments, and put your scores in and let us know, because Ollie might be shouting you out next week for beating us, as everybody seems to normally do.
Not this week. I was good.
Yeah, you were good. This week, it won't be next week. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. We really appreciate every single time you click on one of these videos. Leave us a comment. Make sure you like the video too, and we will see you next time.